everybody. So I wanted to give a little bit of an update. May 7th, I booked a ticket to the States for absolutely no reason. And I decided that I wanted to explore America in a way that I didn't experience growing up. The PCT, which was a hike I did last year from Mexico to Canada, opened my eyes to this idea that so many people can live alternatively if we make different choices, and that anything that we'd like to do can happen. It's not impossible because according to quantum physics, if the thought exists, therefore the possibility exists. So if I want to be an astronaut, there is a slight probability that that could happen, but I have to make a series of choices and decisions and be consistent with those choices and decisions in order to make it happen. Or I cannot think about these things and then just continue going with the flow and turning out the way that we were designed by society to become. So I wanted to come to America this past summer to really see how other people are living and to see what it feels like to just try to make different decisions. And every decision that I need to make needs to be a little bit outside of my comfort zone. And the goal here isn't to necessarily adopt any sort of lifestyle or convert to any sort of mindset or philosophy, but really to just stretch myself to experience it. So I got here May 7th to America, and then I ended up hitching from New Jersey to Missouri, which took about 3 days. I found a hitch with a guy who has his own truck, and he converted it into a camper van. And I got to experience 3 days with him, feeling what it is to live out on the road. And that was cool. And I really learned a lot about how road living works and a lot of the pros and cons. And then he dropped me off in this eco-village in Missouri called the Dancing Rabbit. I'll put in the link here. It's this super cool eco-village right in the middle of a bunch of different Mennonite communities. So it's really funny seeing the contrast of this progressive, crunchy granola, extremely off the grid living, and right in the middle of a Mennonite community. And then zooming that out, it's also in this fantastic state of Missouri that I've never been to before, and just meeting all these other different types of Americans that I've never met before. And it's been really cool so far. I will say some of the things that I'm noticing is being really inspired, and then that inspiration then flipping to panic and fear. And I've been oscillating between those of feeling like I woke up I think my second day here feeling on cloud 9 in heaven of just what it is that I'm waking up to in the nature and the different pace of life, because it is a totally different pace of life, to like this panic fear of all the things you need to do in order to create this type of life. So we eat lunch together in groups at 12:30 and dinner together at 6:30. There's different activities going on in the evenings. And I a little bit feel like I found my own version of my own nursing home. Like they have ecstatic dance and song circles and all of these beautiful community events that are happening together, because their goal is to really create what we're missing in everyday society. We're experiencing isolation and sickness and a lot of dis-ease. And what this community is trying to combat is to see that we can live sustainably together. And part of that is by living together, by doing it together, by breaking down tasks and working with each other. And it's been kind of flipping my mindset a lot and challenging me. And that's part of the panic that I'm seeing coming up in me is, do I really have what it takes to live this lifestyle? Or does living this lifestyle mean totally negating certain things that are super important to me? And I don't know, it's fun kind of moving through these. I don't know how long I'm going to be here for. And I think that's exactly what it's supposed to be like. I don't think I'm supposed to have plans this summer. I'm supposed to just meet, learn, widen, expand. And that's the goal. And we got to pee outside, because why put your pee in a toilet bowl with water and waste it when you can use it to nourish the ground and the trees around you? And yeah, just that's a tiny example of a tiny example of all the different changes I'm experiencing here. There's fruits on so many of the trees, and you can just stand by and pluck them and eat them. They're delicious, and everybody knows each other really well, for better, for worse. And we have a really cute community bulletin board where people put up, like, I'm making a big pot of coffee at 4 p.m. if anyone wants to join. And other people are writing like, I'm ready, I'm walking my dog at 6:15. And I know that this other dog really doesn't get along with my dog. So just letting that neighbor know. And it's a really different way of living. Um, yeah, I really recommend coming to check it out. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the summer is going to teach me. So just wanted to share with you guys that this little update, as well as the weekly wisdom of just challenge yourself, put yourself in new environments and see what happens. This is not an this is not an invitation to get a hitchhike with a truck driver for 3 days and then move to an eco village, but finding your own version of what that is. What can I do today to challenge myself? What can I do today to put myself outside of my comfort zone? And how can I just expand myself just a little bit? How can I get myself uncomfortable? Because your area of discomfort is really your area of learning. So looking forward to hearing what everybody responds, what their discomfort zone is and how it's expanding them, and wishing you guys a wonderful, wonderful week.